Okay, good afternoon. So in this video, I will demonstrate how to scan for vulnerabilities using Burp Suite, and I will show how to intercept requests, perform SQL injection, XSS attacks, and identify unsecure object references. So first, we have to start the Burp Suite. So next, start. So let's punta tayo sa proxy, and we need this on, so let's try to on this. Okay. So open browser. Okay, so let's go to Altera website. I will need to forward this. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, so basahin natin yung dito saan. So activities. So first one, intercept and modify requests. So show how Burpsuite captures the request. So let's try to log in. Let's try to log in. Test user. Test pass. I need to log in. So as you can see, nandito na siya. So try natin palitan ng admin and admin pass. Okay, so let's forward. Okay, so nag-failed siya. So explain what each part of the request, header, body, and parameters represent. So ulitin natin. So let's try to yes, 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 pass. Okay. So explain what each part of the request, header, body, and parameters represent. So this provide metadata about the request, telling the server how to handle it. So ito yung mga headers. So yung mga nakikita natin dito, which is yung host, content length, CAC control, accept language, excuse me, origin, content type, and all of this, upgrade and secure request, user agent, accept, referrer, all of that are headers. So the host, so tells the server which domain you are requesting. Content type describes the format of the request body, form data in this case. So user agent, excuse me, identifies the browser operating system making the request. Referrer indicates the previous page used for tracking or validation. Cookie sends stored session data, allowing the server to identify the user session. So let's proceed to body. So the body contains data submitted by the user, typically when using post methods like in login forms. So yung body dito is which is this. Nakikita nyo dito, ito yung body. So let's yung parameters. So parameters, these are the individual pieces of data submitted through the form. Ito yung mga parameters. So UID, yung value neto is test user, and ang description is it is the username entered in the login form. So we also have passW parameters. So yung value neto is last pass, and ang description niya is it is the password that was entered. So we also have BDN submit parameter. So yung value neto is login, and ang description niya is used by the server to validate form actions. So that is the explanation of each part. So modify and forward the request while explaining the potential risk of unvalidated inputs. Okay, so let's try it again. So let's try to change this admin pass. Okay, so forward. Okay, so login failed pa rin siya. So explaining the potential risk of unvalidated input. So let's explain validated input. So here's the summary of the header, body, and parameter kanina. When we say header, it is the info about the request and how to handle it. And when we say body, it contains the actual data submitted by the user. And lastly, the parameter, it is the fields and values entered into the form. So let's explain the potential risk of unvalidated input. So first we have number one, authentication bypass. So an attacker might change the UID value to admin and guess password or try injection attacks. So yung na-try natin kanina. So hindi siya gumana. So gumamit yun ng validated input. So SQL injection. This could let an attacker bypass login, steal data, or manipulate the database. So number three is cross-site scripting or XSS. If input is not encoded or validated before being reflected in a response, attackers can inject malicious scripts. So session hijacking. Attackers might steal or use session cookies like JSESS to impersonate users. So we also have number five, information disclosure. So poor input handling might reveal error messages or internal logic, helping attackers craft targeted attacks. So we also have, so in this video, so will be giving recommendations for securing web applications. So number one, validate and sanitize input on the server side. Never trust data coming from the client. So all inputs, including usernames and passwords, must be validated and sanitized on the server to prevent injection attacks. So use HTTPS only. So the captured request was made over HTTP, origin HTTP testfire.net, which is insecure. So always enforce HTTPS to prevent attackers from intercepting and modifying traffic. Man-in-the-middle attacks. Number three is implementing strong authentication mechanisms. Use features like account lockout after multiple failed login attempts. and also add multi-factor authentication or MFA for sensitive operations. So we also have number 4, limit information disclosure. So avoid sending too much information in headers or error messages. Example, don't confirm if the username exists. So reduce the use of cookies with sensitive data and always set attributes like HTTP only, secure, and same site. So number 5 is use security headers, implement headers like strict transport security, HSTS, X content type options, no sniff, X-frame options, deny content security policy. And we also have number 6, so which is last. So monitor and log suspicious activity, monitor login attempts and alert admins on suspicious behavior. So repeated login failures or request tampering. So store logs securely for auditing and incident response. So that is the number 3. So nag-show natin how Verbsuite captures the request. So explain about each part of the request, header, body, and parameters represent. And also, pinaba natin yung modify and forward request while explaining the potential risk of unvalidated input. So, in this video, yun lamang yung matatakel. And the perform SQL injection, XSS attack, and identify insecure object references is a different video. So thank you so much for listening.